Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and welcome back to some memes in the Ultra League Premier Cup. And in today's video, we are taking a look at a double SmackDown team, or as I affectionately call it, Dwayne "To Rock" Johnson, consisting of Chestnut, GIGALITH, and this time instead of Bastodon, we are running AGGRON, since Bastodon doesn't get high enough in the Ultra League Premier Cup. I ran this team to celebrate hitting Expert in the quickest time I've done so to date, and honestly, this team didn't do too well, but we got some fun wins, including beating a triple XL team. So let's take a look at these battles. Leading into an XL Alolan Ninetales horrible lead, Safe Swap GIGALITH. They bring out a Shadow Machamp, and I need them to not shield this. If they double shield a Shadow Machamp, they can sweep me, which Wholesome actually did when we battled, so that did not work out super well for me. But fortunately, they let the superpower through, so we're in an okay spot. We're going to wait our clock, bring in Chestnut, Vine Whip down, and then if our switch clock isn't quite up yet, we're going to superpower whatever comes in. And actually bring in a Drifblim. So I'm going to superpower the Drifblim, triple resisted just to burn the switch clock so I can come in with AGGRON. And as you can see, these SmackDowns are absolutely adding up. And here they do decide to throw, and they bait me with an Icy Wind. You absolutely hate to see it. Alright, going for a Stone Edge that of course gets a shield, and I really can't risk the damage of a Shadow Ball, so I do shield up again, and they bait me again, which is absolutely horrible, and they bring in the Alolan Ninetales. And they decide to throw, which is huge for me. This burns the rest of my switch clock, so I can now switch out and reset my debuff here. I am over farming by quite a bit, and I go for the Energy Ball specifically because I don't want to lower my defense. Energy Ball lands, that does a lot, and we're actually able to Vine Whip down. This is huge. Drifblim comes back in. I go for the Superpower. Alright, this is going to be really, really close. Superpower does nothing. They farm me down. They are one off the Icy Wind, and I'm able to farm down and take the win. Let's go. Hopping into the next match, Charizard, absolutely horrific lead, but we have two Rock Boys in the back. GIGALITH doing absolutely massive damage, and baits out a Granbull. And Granbull, of course, is going to be doing absolutely massive damage with the charms, but I can hit back pretty hard with the Smackdowns. Unfortunately, I get smacked all the way down. This is tough. I actually come in Chestnut here, believe it or not, and they throw a Crunch, specifically because at this point, my Chestnut is absolutely useless with the Charizard in play, so I may as well get some use out of it. I take them out, and unfortunately, I'm still stuck in here, and now I'm able to switch out. The Charizard comes in, and I have to shield up the Blast Burn, as this would be doing heavy neutral damage. It's the Blast Burn, and they have a Slowking in the back. Okay. I have Thunder. I really need them to not know the moveset. Ooh, does he know? Does he know? Oh, it lands! It does huge damage! At this point, I have no idea what moves this has. I shield it. It's a Psychic. You hate to see it. And now we're in a really tough spot. Charizard comes back in, and we're able to smack down for the win. Let's go! Alright, hopping to the next match. Chestnut into an XL Hypno. Oh, these leads are unrelenting. And we're going to hop into GIGALITH and see what they have. They bring out a Politoed. This is really rough, although if we're going to see it, we may as well see it here. Weather Ball lands, that does so much, oh no. And we're going to be going for the Rock Slide. Rock Slide doesn't do as much as I would like. I'm going to try and Superpower here to force them to throw, which they do. They probably have a Blizzard, but at this point, knowing they have a Hypno, health on my Chestnut is now completely useless. So I'm going to attempt to farm down and eat a Blizzard and hopefully get an Energy Ball that I can chuck at the Hypno to get some utility out of it. Blizzard lands, I can survive it. I'm staring at the top right corner to see the typing of what comes in, so I know what to throw. It is the Hypno, so I instantly throw the Energy Ball so I can get some use out of the Chestnut. It lands, and now I come in with AGGRON. And AGGRON, the fact that they're not immediately switching out tells me they may not have a second rock counter. We shield up. Oh, it's a Fire Punch bait. And it's a Ninetales. Let's go. Okay, this is doable. Triple XLs. We land it, and we take out the Ninetales. Hypno comes in. At this point, I have to call the Fire Punch. We call it, and it's a Fire Punch. Absolutely huge. And now we just need to work on farming down. We're going to shield here, and we just need to smack this all the way down, and we can take the win. And the meme team defeats the triple XLs. Let's go. All right, hopping into the next match. Chestnut into Obstagoon. Obstagoon is so bad for my backline, but if I land a superpower, I'm in an okay spot. I go for the energy ball, and they actually do an amazing catch onto Driftblim. I'm going to counter with AGGRON, and I'm going to eat the move, really hoping they decide to Icy Wind, which they do. Okay, that's perfect. And they're probably going to go for a Shadow Ball next, which I can tank a Shadow Ball, but it will hurt quite a bit. But this does allow me to leave with a move that I can throw at the Obstagoon, even though I am one stage debuffed on my attack. They wait their clock, come back in with Obstagoon, and they're definitely going to no-shield this, which makes a lot of sense, just because since a superpower is going to one-hit kill them anyway, may as well. They have so much energy on the Goon, I decide to shield it up, and it's a gunk shot! Oh, we shielded the gunk shot. Okay, this feels doable. And we're going to go for the superpower, which is going to be taking them out. Superpower, they don't shield. What's in back? Clefable. GIGALITH comes in. We need GIGALITH to clutch here in a big way. I make sure to time my charge moves so they don't get an extra charm through. Rock Slide, of course, does get the shield. We're able to sneak a smackdown through when they throw, which is huge. This may allow us to get to a second move. And we're able to get to the Rock Slide. This is absolutely huge. We are going to get charmed down, but they don't have a lot of energy. It's going to be a race to the energy ball on Chestnut. And Chestnut is just able to get to the energy ball. Chestnut, a fighting type, is going to take out the Clefable and give us the game. Let's go. Hopping match here, and these first 5 were actually all in one set, so trying to pull off the 5-0 Jellicent is a great lead, but we do have to watch for the Ice Beam, as that would be doing a massive amount of damage. Going straight for the energy ball right away, gets the shield, and this Jellicent is over farming by a ton. We are going to shield this up. I don't know what moveset they have. Okay, they have Shadow Ball, Bubble Beam. I now know. And they switch into Galvantula, and we have AGGRON. And AGGRON is really well situated to destroy Galvantula. We even call the lunge, which is huge. And look at the damage there. Unfortunately, I click the move, and it's CMP. A huge mistake there. I really needed to just farm down and leave with a Thunder. And I made a huge mistake, because now I don't have the energy to take out and the Jellicent, and they bring in a Galarian Stunfisk, and this might be where a dream dies, boys. Basically, at this point, Chestnut is needed to take out both of his remaining Pokemon, so it's going to be very difficult. I don't want to debuff my defense, so I go for an Energy Ball, and it lands, and we're going to try and build up and go for these superpowers. We do go for an Energy Ball onto the Jellicent, and it lands, and it actually takes them out. Okay, and here we have a pretty clear game plan. We need to, as they Earthquake me, I'm over farming. I really want to throw this one before they get to their next Earthquake. I need to throw this, then dip, but unfortunately it's CMP. Oh no, I needed to catch the Earthquake, and I wasn't able to, and GIGALITH unfortunately gets outpaced to the EQ, so unfortunately cannot quite clutch up the 5-0, but I'm still pretty happy with the fact that we were able to go 4-1 with this, I'll just say, very interesting team, to say the least. All right, hopping into the next match here. A Talonflame lead, absolutely terrible, but we have great answers for it in the back. We're able to bait out a Jellicent, and we're going to go straight for the Rock Slide, which is going to be applying some nice pressure. All right, charge move coming through. At this point, we definitely let this go, and it is the Shadow Ball, which is going to get us very low. And since this is the Bubble Jellicent, they actually bubble us down. I'm waiting my clock. I am worried about Ice Beam, but I do need to come in with Chestnut and just absorb the hits as they come. And it turns out they have Shadow Ball, Bubble Beam, so we're in an okay spot here. And I'm going to go for the Superpower. I know it is double resisted, but it is in Superpower range. and now I can come in with the Aggron, and they have a Galvantula in the back. This is the absolute dream for Aggron. We baited out their one rock counter, and now Aggron is ready to absolutely go to town. We are going to go straight for the Stone Edge just to force a shield because they want to get a move off. A bunch of lag there, unfortunately. And, ooh, this is tough. We have to call it, and it's a discharge. Oh, no. Okay, this is going to be very, very tough. Charge move coming through. I do have to shield this up. This is going to be very difficult. I throw one smackdown. I defer the Incinerate onto the Chestnut, and they throw. Okay. They're able to boost up their attack again, and we're able to smack them down and take the win. Let's go. Oh my goodness. You absolutely love to see it. Hopping into the next match, finally a good lead with Swampert. They have a Lapras in the back. I am going to go straight for the superpower to weaken it before I do swap into my counter. We weaken it and we hop in with GIGALITH. Unfortunately, they're probably going to be able to get to 2 serves, which isn't great, but GIGALITH really struggles in this matchup, so I figured I should give it some help with the superpower before I farmed down. I will need to commit a shield, of course, but when Swampert comes back in and attempts to farm me, I should be able to get off a superpower, which will be doing some nice damage there. We're building up until right before the end and going for the superpower, and they more than likely will not shield this, but now they have a ton of energy on the Swampert. I basically need to bank on the fact that they don't have Sludge Wave. If they have Sludge Wave, it's probably a good game, but I'm banking on the fact that they have Earthquake. Moment of truth, they have Earthquake. Absolutely huge. And they have a Togekiss, and Aggron is absolutely feasting tonight. Let's go. You love to see it. We're going straight for the Stone Edge. It gets the shield. And this is probably the Flamethrower, but we should be able to take a Flamethrower. It hurts, but we have such a dominating matchup that we can farm all the way down. Swampert comes out, and we just need to get to 2 superpowers, and we should be in a good spot. We are going to shield this up, and we also could farm down. We shield it up, and we're able to farm down and take the win. Let's go. And you might be asking, HomeSlice, the team looks pretty solid. Well, let me show you this match versus Ferrixter, another fellow content creator. This team has a lot of glaring weaknesses. Gallade. Nothing on my team beats it. Shadow Machamp. If they 2-shield, I get swept. Like, if they have a Surfetched, I get swept. Like, I really struggle with a lot of meta Pokemon. Venusaur pretty much gets swept. So would I recommend this team? No, I would not recommend running this team. This gets a do not try this at home warning from HomeSliceHenry. But the wins that I were able to pull off were absolutely glorious. So I would definitely not recommend trying this team, but I had an absolute blast with it, and I wanted to include the battle versus Ferrixter to show you guys why you should not try this team. They get to another move. I've gone through 2 of my Pokemon, and this Gallade will not die. And they have an Ampharos in the back, and they have a shield, so even though I Energy Ball them, they're just going to be able to Focus Blast me for the win. Yeah, so this is rough hours in the HomeSlice household as his memes come absolutely crashing down. And at this point, I basically just know the game's over. I throw the superpower, because may as well, but he's going to shield it up and get to the Thunder Punch. That is going to be enough to take me out. So that is the cautionary tale of why you should not run this team. But do you guys want to see some more fun battles with the team? Because here we go. Great lead here with Empoleon. We are going to have to watch for the Drill Pecks, of course, because those would do an absolute ton of damage, but we can hit really hard with the superpowers, and those are going to be doing a ton of damage in return. And they actually decide to let that go, and then they come in with Dragonite. We're able to counter with Gigalith, and Gigalith is going to be able to tank a Shadow Dragonclaw and farm all the way down. So this is absolutely huge. We're able to farm all the way down, and they're more than likely going to bring back in the Empoleon to force me to throw because I cannot survive even one waterfall. So nice play there by the opponent, forcing me to throw. And what do they have in back? A Clefable. So not the double dragon line, but AGGRON is going to absolutely feast here. As you can see, I'm just dramatically outpacing them in terms of fast move damage because mine is neutral and theirs is resisted. However, they're going to get to a move before I'm done. So right when they're about at a move, I switch into Chestnut to catch it. They choose not to throw, and I'm able to Vine Whip down and take the win. Let's go. And hot final match here, leading Chestnut into Swampert, another really positive lead. They have a Galvantula, and we have AGGRON. AGGRON does really well in this matchup. We will probably have to commit one shield, especially since they land the discharge. But besides that, we can farm all the way down, and we're in a really good spot. Just to preserve switch advantage, since it's a must in this matchup, I do decide to shield it up. And I'm just going to be throwing at whatever comes in. It's going to be the Swampert, of course. So I'm going to be going straight for the Stone Edge, and that does absolutely nothing. If they want, they can mud shot me all the way down, which they do, which is terrible. So again, I have to rely on the fact that they don't have Sludge Wave. I call it, and they don't have Sludge Wave. This is absolutely huge. They have a Skarmory, and I have a GIGALITH. So this man spent all those XLs to get an XL Skarmory just to get memed on by a GIGALITH. You love to see it. We're able to land the Rock Slide, and no matter what he throws at this point, so long as it's not Flash Cannon, we're in a good spot. Sky Attack, we're chilling. This is probably the Brave Bird, but we can survive that as well, and we're going to leave this with energy to throw at Swampert. Swampert comes in, we go straight for the Superpower. It gets the shield, and we come in with the Chestnut. And at this point, he's already shown me he doesn't have Sludge Wave. I shield anyway just to be safe, and he concedes the match. So all in all, this meme team, I would say it was one of my less successful ones in terms of wins and losses. I went 8-12 with it, but in terms of fun, this was top tier. I had an absolute blast. We were going against some of the best battlers in the world at expert rank. So in the I believe I started at 2760 something, and the fact that we were still able to go 8-12, I'm really proud of. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to hit like on the video if you haven't, and subscribe to the channel so that way you get to see more of it. And a special thank you to our members here on YouTube. The support is absolutely unreal. Thank you guys oh so very much, and I will see you guys in the next video.